sequence. Thank you. In that sequence, let me request first our president, Mr. Pradeep Multani, president of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to give his presidential address. Ladies and gentlemen, before I request Mr. Multani to speak, 93 people, those who have joined, we welcome each one of you from the bottom of my heart, and kindly be there. We will be showing it to you, a beautiful Mizoram films as well as PPT presentation. So please stay and see that, and then what kind of good services which we are going to have in Mizoram, that is very important in this webinar series. So ladies and gentlemen, please stay connected, and let me request my president, Mr. Pradeep Multani, President, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to give his presidential address. Over to you, Mr. Multani.
Thank you very much, ASG Dr. Yogesh Srivastava. Good afternoon to everyone. It is a privilege to welcome you all to the 10th edition of Border Tourism Webinar Series with Focus State Mizoram. I'm really honored to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed speakers, Mr. G. Kamala Vardhan Rao, IAS Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, who shall be joining us shortly. Ms. Maria Zuali, MCS Deputy Commissioner, Champai District, Government of Mizoram. Mr. V. Langmavaya, Director Tourism, Government of Mizoram. Mr. Rama Kamaraju, Senior Consultant, Niti Aayog. Mr. S.S. Dev Barman, Regional Director, India Tourism Northeast. Mr. Zoliani Chakachuk, President, Association of Tour Operators, Mizoram. Mr. B. Zolian Zaga, General Secretary, Mizoram Hotel Owners Association. Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain, Chairman, Tourism Committee of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Rajan Sehgal, Senior Member, Tourism Committee, PhD. Dr. Yogesh Srivastava, Assistant Secretary General, PhD CCI. It is a pleasure to have such a strong panel who are all experts in their areas, and we look forward to hear their expert views and learn from their experiences. I will begin with a brief introduction of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Established in 1905, PhD Chamber has been working as a catalyst for the promotion of Indian industry, trade and entrepreneurship for the past 117 years. It is a forward-looking, proactive and dynamic pan-India apex organization. As a partner in progress with industry and government, PhD CCI works at the grassroots level with strong national and international linkages for propelling progress, harmony, and integrated development of the Indian economy. PhD CCI, acting as the voice of industry and trade with a large membership base of 150,000 direct and indirect members consisting of large, medium, and small industries, has forged ahead, leveraging its legacy with the industry knowledge across multiple sectors to take Indian economy to the next level. At the global level, we have been working with the embassies and high commissions in India to bring in the international best practices and business opportunities. The concept of border tourism refers to the notion of visiting border areas in order to experience diverse cultures, acquiring knowledge of our trade, or even meeting local communities who are living in border region. There are several world-famous tourist attractions on borders of different nations that are visited by millions of tourists every year. With a view to explore the tourism potential in the border districts of India and to create awareness about the lesser-known destination across the country, PhD CCI has launched its Border Tourism Webinar Series. Tucked away in the thickest of green on the southern tip of Northeast India, Mizoram is a nature lover's paradise. Known as the songbird of India, Mizoram's vast culture and grand festivals have a unique, irresistible charm which cannot be explained or read. It can only be felt once you are in the peaceful, serene land of Mizoram. Being an ideal tourist destination for family tours, honeymoon tours, and the perfect place for adventure enthusiasts, Mizoram offers abundant tour options for travelers of all kinds. With this note, I would like to extend a warm greetings to those participating in today's webinar and wish it great success. Thank you. Jai Hind and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much for your wonderful presidential address. Ladies and gentlemen, I must share it with you. There are huge number of Skylark Institute of Travel and Chitkara University Tourism and Hospitality Institutes, universities, the students, as well as the professors have joined today. Let me share it with you, which is my personal opinion. They are the future managers of our country, and we welcome each one of them today. And as I have always been sharing it with my president, that 110 people have already joined in this program. And I am so happy to share it with you. Each and every student are going to get the participation certificate post this webinar, and I am sharing in the chat box the mail ID of my colleague Sulagna Ghosh as well as Sanchit Prabhakar, so that these hospitality institute students are not only going to promote Mizoram, but at the same time, they are the brand ambassadors of not only of our state tourism, but also of our country. So keeping that thing in mind, we have invited number of youngsters today in our this web series. So thank you very much, President, once again for your wonderful remarks, and thanks, Sanchit, for giving me update on this, university students, those who have joined today. So with this note now, ladies and gentlemen, as I have shared it with you at the outset, we have a newly elected chairman of Tourism and Hospitality Committee. His name is Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain, and a noted name as far as the tourism and hospitality industry is concerned, a very senior industrialist who have business interest in the aviation industry, tourism industry, and encyclopedia as far as tourism is concerned. So he is also joined today with us. Let me ask Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain to kindly give the theme address for this webinar series. Mr. Jain, can you please open your video and unmute self and then speak? Are you there, Mr. Jain? Hello. Okay. I think Sulagna, he has not yet reached his office because he left PhD house around about 3:45, 3:50. So let me request him again as soon as he goes to his Connaught Place office and join. That is the beauty of a virtual program, that anybody can join from anywhere. So that's the best part. I'll call him again. So Sulagna, before I request him, can you just show the PPT on the border tourism of Mizoram, and especially these two districts which you have shared it with me in the afternoon, Mamit and Champhai. I think my pronunciation is correct. Though I have never been to Mizoram, I have been to Sikkim number of times, but my next destination is Mizoram. So Sulagna, if you can kindly show that, please.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Is the screen visible?
Please go ahead, Sulagna.
Yeah. So as we know, Mizoram shares its borders with Bangladesh and Myanmar.
Kindly be a bit louder, please.
Hello, it's better now, sir?
Yes, madam. Please go ahead.
So there are 6 border districts in Mizoram: Mamit, Lunglai, Nongtalai, Saiha, Serchhip, and Champhai. So aspirational district, as a mandate of Niti Aayog, we are focusing. So Mamit is an aspirational district, but since Champhai also has a lot of tourist destinations and tourism potential, so we are also focusing on Champhai along with Mamit. So as we all know, Mamit is one of the 11 districts of Mizoram located at the western part of the state, and it shares its borders with Bangladesh. It's also famous for oranges, and that's why referred as Orange Garden of Mizoram. We can see the district map here. Tourist places in Mamit is the Dampa Tiger Reserve. It is the largest wildlife sanctuary of Mizoram. And the culture and heritage of Mizoram, the Mizo community is very well identical and share a lot of traditional values and social religious practices. Next is Champhai district, located in the northeast corner of Mizoram, and it is bordered with Myanmar in the east and south. We have the DC of Champhai here as well. She will share her insights. There are a lot of tourist places in Champhai. Most prominent one is Redil. It is a beautiful heart-shaped lake, as you can see in the picture also. Then Hasiyama Seno Nina, Kum Gauripo, Lianshiari Lunglen Klang, Mangkhaya Lung, Piara Toi, Sekpoi Long, Lamsial Pok, Morapok, Wangxia. I hope my pronunciation is correct because the names are a little difficult. So as we know, the challenges in terms of promoting border districts are the gaps in knowledge and information about how a border tourism destination can be promoted in terms of tourism also.
Yes, sir.
The shortage in expertise and knowledge in collaborating between stakeholders in border areas. Then infrastructure, lack of infrastructure, transport and accessibility, and tourist amenities in terms of proper eateries and washrooms. And skill development is also one segment that is required in all these border districts. So the way forward that we are recommending from PhD CCI is to have an interconnection between Ministry of Tourism, all the state tourism boards, Niti Aayog, and the community and industry participation. So besides ensuring common strategic planning, it is also necessary to ensure participation of the local population in this entire process to generate local employment and opportunities for revenue generation. So we have started this series in the month of June, as you can see from the webinar calendar. We started with Arunachal Pradesh. We have already done Rajasthan, Punjab, Meghalaya, Gujarat, Nagaland, Bihar, Manipur, Jammu and Kashmir. And today the 10th state is Mizoram, which we are doing, followed by the other states that we have till February. So that's all from my side. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Sulagna. Thank you very much. Very wonderful presentation. People have started asking, this PPT presentation through email, which I'm sure you would love to share it, and Mizoram Tourism would be very happy that you are sharing this with all our prospective tourists who are going to visit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also share it with you today that we have today with us, we are very happy, Mr. Saurabh Rishi. He is the Joint Advisor Niti Aayog, and on behalf of Shri Rama Kamaraju, he would be participating and giving his knowledge and input from Niti Aayog. Sir, we welcome you, Saurabh ji, in this very beautiful webinar, and we would certainly be getting benefit with your speech. And as you have already mentioned, that Mr. Rama Kamaraju has gone to the Cabinet Secretariat, so that's why he could not join. No problem, sir. And we are very happy that you have joined today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also share it with you that the Director General Tourism, DG Tourism, he's in a meeting with the Secretary Tourism, Government of India, and he has communicated to my colleague that he will not be able to join. Somebody else will be joining from Ministry of Tourism on his behalf. So no problem. Such kind of, issues are always there, last minute meetings, but we will try and make it more informative as far as this webinar series of Mizoram tourism is concerned. And we will ensure that each and every information must be given to all. My very fantastic figure, I could see 111 people have joined. That's very fantastic. And let me assure each and every student that they will be getting the participation certificate from PhD CCI, especially the tourism committee. So I have already shared the mail ID of my colleagues Sulagna Ghosh and Sanchit Prabhakar, so you can always be in touch with them. So with this note, now let me request Mr. S.S. Dev Burman. He's the Regional Director, India Tourism Northeast. Sir, if you can kindly share your input on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
First of all, thank you for calling me, because now I am actually talking to all of you from Shillong. I had to come due to some official functions over here. Golf
Fantastic. That's the beauty of the virtual webinar, sir, that I have always been saying, that we can join from anywhere.
Yeah. And first of all, then let me congratulate to our organizer for every month. They are organizing such a beautiful programs on Northeast, and Northeast is getting now so you people due highlights in national level. So I'm really once again congratulating to all of you for taking the good initiative. So known as the Sun Bird of India, the northeastern state of Mizoram is one of the smallest states in India. The moderate climate of Mizoram is comfortable, even during the time of summer, makes it an attractive destination for all the tourists. The vast culture and the grand festival of the state have a unique, irresistible charm, which cannot be explained or read. It can only be felt once you are in the peaceful, serene land of Mizoram. The dense greenery and the 21 hill ranges that stretch throughout the territory of Mizoram is sure to take you surrounded to a different world. An inner line pass is required to enter Mizoram. For the information to all of you, I'm just letting you know. Mizoram offers you a calm, serene atmosphere with exciting outdoor activities in the beautiful lush green surroundings, which keeps you close to the peaceful nature with the grand festival, happy people wearing colorful traditional costumes. Mizoram welcomes you to explore the beauty and richness. Don't forget to stop by the tribal traditions and get immersed by the unique talent and peak traditional shawl for yourself as a souvenir. For non-vegetarian people, the food of the state will be a real treat, while a vegetarian will have to choose carefully from the dishes. If you love to be in the nature arms, then Mizoram is the place for you. Indians need an inner line permit, as I already told you, to enter the state. So these are the things. And the top places to visit Mizoram is in Aizawl, sure to see, and Sarchi, Lunglei, Champhai, Mamet, Salha, and top attraction in Mizoram is that Kanglung Wildlife, Dartlang Hills, Mizoram State Museum, and then Wangtang Fields, Murian National Parks, Reik. So these are the things, one can enjoy at Mizoram like anything. And Mizoram has a border with Tripura also, and that border is Jompui Hills. This is another hill stations of Tripura, just close to Tripura, and over the border, Mizoram and Tripura is having very close ties. And the Jompui Hills orange is world famous due to its flavor as well as the taste. And there is the Orange Festival happens every year. And Mizoram also not very far from Burma. So all these things keeps Mizoram one of the most lovable and as far as tourism is concerned, attractive place to all. So this is the things I told you in a nutshell, and other people also will be telling at length, I'm sure. So thank you once again for taking the initiative. Thanks to all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Burman. Thank you very much for your brief and wonderful remarks from Shillong, and we at PhD-CCI are committed to ensure that each and every state of my northeastern side, as our Prime Minister has always been saying, that the beauty, the nature, the natural beauty is there in the northeastern states of India. And all these places are so beautiful. And it is our endeavor to ensure that each and every tourist must go to Mizoram and see this beauty over there. We are also going to show something.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Burman. You can share your mail ID, etc. I'm sure my colleague Sulagna would be having. I would love to be in touch with you with all the concerned stakeholders, so that we can promote Mizoram at a later place, at the later different platform also. So ladies and gentlemen, with this note, now there is a video presentation, and I would request each one of you to kindly stay connected. My colleague Sulagna is going to show you a very beautiful video presentation on Mizoram tourism. Sulagna, if you can kindly show that, and then we will see if Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain has joined, then we will see his remarks on this. Now, please, ma'am.
still Mizoram, a paradise for everyone. Is this not what your heart truly desires? A bliss of nature, serenity, and adventure. This is my land, my home, Mizoram. Well, let me take you to a journey through the land I call my own, where fresh waters basks in the sun, and you upon it glide with fun and exhilaration. Mizoram has a moderate and pleasant climate throughout the year, and is an idyllic land of great natural beauty, having a rich variety of flora and fauna. A gateway to paradise, exploring the unexplored. Come, seek your treasure in the depth of these beautiful gorges, and with it your soul filled with the thrill of adventure. Indeed, Mizoram is blessed with natural beauty from the creeks of these rocks, a mystery waiting for you to unravel. Mizoram is home to beautiful waterfalls where the waters are always fresh and clean. Spectacular stone caves, beautiful cliffs and majestic waterfalls are just a drive away. Feel the beauty of the sky and the beauty of the land twice at a time. Tread in the vastness of the green and perhaps a walk among the fields. Of course, why not dive into the freshness of these waters? Or a peaceful boat ride to connect with your inner peace. Experience that magical moment where you truly connect with Mother Nature. And dance if you have to, like no one's watching. Deep in the crevices, the water runs free, and with it, your soul. Mizoram is a land of rolling hills, valleys, rivers, and lakes. A land of dramatic seas of morning mist that enfolds islands of hills and peaks. Yes, beautiful, is it not? This is Vantong Kota near Thienzol, the highest and most spectacular waterfalls in Mizoram. It is also ranked 13th among the highest waterfalls in India. This cinematic view is Chasiama Senonena, a must-visit for adventurous souls. The place offers a spectacular and breathtaking view of the rolling hills. The mysterious historical remnants of our ancestors can still be seen at Vangtia. The Mizos are vibrant, highly cultured and friendly people. The rich cultural heritage and beautiful environment marks Mizoram as the ultimate tourist destination. There's a lot more I could show you, but the experience can never be felt if you're not part of it. So come set your foot into the land and take home a memory which you will treasure for the rest of your life. This is my land, my home, Mizoram. Truly a paradise for everyone.
हाँ वो सब गाना लिखा है
Everywhere it's so that like that, no? In India.
no that is you have done very good job
It's like
Thank you, Sulagna. Thank you very much. Can I request the host to kindly mute the person, those who are not speaking? Sanchit, can I request you? Yeah, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very fantastic, beautiful film which my colleague Sulagna has already shown it to you, and we can say truly it's a gateway to paradise. And beautiful would be a very small world, there. I think Mizoram is blessed with so many natural things, and which I personally feel, and on behalf of PhD Chamber as a true secretariat member of PhD CCI and Tourism Committee, we would ensure that more and more people go to Mizoram, and especially in these two border districts. Ladies and gentlemen, before I request Mr. V. Laling Mavia, Director Tourism, Government of Mizoram, to speak, I have with us Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain, as I have been saying that he is the chairman of our tourism committee. Mr. Jain, if you can hear me, Mr. Jain, Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain, if you can kindly hear me and give your theme address, if you don't mind. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Jain. Please unmute yourself. Kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, I got it.
Speak,
Yeah.
sir. Speak, sir.
No, we are looking forward that we can do something for the industry in the near future. We discussed a few things this morning, that we make a contact with all the embassies for them to delegate one of their officers, one of the diplomats, to look after the tourism to their country, and also how they can introduce us to the operators outside India to bring tourism to India. And second, what we discussed was that we would have we connect with all the states tourism departments and ask them to participate with us to bring tourism to their states, and but it has to be sponsored by the states and some of our operators as well. So
Would you like to speak on Mizoram tourism also, Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain?
Sorry, Ji? Yeah.
On Mizoram, would you like to speak something on the tourism on Mizoram also?
I am sorry, I don't have much experience on the Mizoram, so I would be wrong to make any comments on that.
No problem. No problem. So you are also one of our, members who is going to be the next in Mizoram very soon. So we will certainly take you, Chairman, over there in Mizoram. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for your wonderful remarks and overall perspective of the Tourism Committee of PhDCCI. Now, I would request Mr. V. Laling Mavia, the Director, Tourism, Government of Mizoram, to kindly share his input. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Srivastava, Assistant General Secretary, PhD Chamber, and representative from Ministry of Tourism, and Mr. Pradip Multani, President, PhD Chamber, Sri Pawan Sagar, Chairman, Tourism and Hospitality Committee, PhD Chamber, and then who, sir, I'm taking you to Mizoram because you have not experienced anything about the Mizoram. So your next bucket list would be Mizoram, please, sir. And
yes, sir, yes. And since you are there in the jacket and the muffler, I am still feeling very cold over here in Delhi.
Actually, I'm not feeling well today. The climate is very pleasant now.
I thought you are in Mizoram.
Okay.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Sri Saurabh Rishi, Joint Consultant, Niti Aayog. Sri S.S. Deb Burma, Regional Director, India Tourism, Guwahati. Deputy Commissioner, Champhai District, P. Mariasi Tizwali. My fellow compatriots from tourism sector in Mizoram, friends and esteemed participants, I am extremely delighted to be a part of this panel in the PhD Chamber's webinar on border tourism in Mizoram, highlighting the potential of tourism in border districts of India on virtual platform, which is organized by the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The video that we have seen, most of the contents, 70% of the contents belong to Mamit district, and 20% Champhai district, and 10% another district. So you can see that Mamit district and Champhai district has a lot of potentials in tourism sector. First of all, I would say that Mizoram is a world of contradiction. Contradiction in the sense we are not trying to impress anyone. It is unpretentious. That means we are just being honest. I would say that. And Aizawl at the least is modern and accessible. Mizoram is modern and accessible, and Aizawl is the least, one of the most modern and accessible, just like you, sir, just like everyone else out here in the panelists or from the participants. We are just like you. We are not, we are not cannibals. We are just like everyone else here, there in Guwahati, in Shillong, in Delhi, in Kolkata and Mumbai. So we are very, very much accessible, I would say that. We are very, very much modern, just like everyone else. So Mizoram is, as I said, a world of contradiction, crammed with hills that roll across hundreds of miles. That in the video we have seen that Mizoram is a land of rolling hills, rivers and ravines, etc. And so it is mostly covered with lush green forests and dominated by thick bamboo groves, green paddy fields, and admirable vineyards and teeming vibrant wildlife with rich flora and fauna and the rare biodiversity, sheer cliffs and serene lakes and waterfalls. So, but Mizoram is unfamiliar to most of us Indians.
Mr.
Boy,
D.
in
Laling
my-
Bhavia, please unmute yourself.
In my
Unmute
car,
yourself,
unmute,
sir.
Ro.
Unmute, sir.
We have
Please
seen in the
unmute
video
yourself.
just now.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, that we have seen in the video just now. If you are looking for a quiet, carefree holiday, getting up close with personal and with unique folklores, and that experiencing a dramatic sea of morning mist unfold, it is a destination worth your while. But I would say that I feel that Mizoram sadly does not make into many tourist travel bucket lists due to the lack of information. Lack of information is it is one of the worst thing in the promotion of tourism. So as tourism, for the tourism sector, information is vital for promoting tourism, particularly in a state like Mizoram. So I would like to extend my warm invitation to all of you to pay a visit to Mizoram at least once. That will certainly make a place not only in your travel bucket list, but also in your heart forever. I can assure you that. So the campaign launched by the Ministry of Tourism, Dekho Apna De, See Our Country. Those of you right here in the panelists might not have been to Northeast, not to say Mizoram. So you have to visit us. See Our Country, Dekho Apna De. That is the campaign launched by the Ministry of Tourism. So that means that seeks to focus attention on India's latent travel potential and encourage Indians to explore their backyard by rewarding those who travel to 15 destinations in a year, at least in a year. So I asked you to visit Mizoram, which will keep us in your heart forever. I can assure you that. Even our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, have often talked about the Dekho Apna Desh campaign, that he asked all Indians to visit unexplored destination like Northeast, Mizoram, Manipur, Tripura, and Nagaland, and Meghalaya, and Arunachal Pradesh. So it is us an Indian. It is our duty to see our country, to Dekho Apna Desh, see our country. So it is our duty, a responsibility for all of us to see the unexplored parts of India. So coming to the state tourism infrastructure development, Infrastructure development under Mizoram tourism has been marked by constraint of funds and unavailability of, state's budget in the state's tourism budget. But with liberal funding from the Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Donor, and the Northeastern Council, Mizoram has even made a great stride in promoting and developing tourism and its infrastructure, even though we used to say Mizoram tourism industry is still in a nascent stage. So Mizoram tourism has presently 69 numbers of tourist lodges in a sense like tourist guest house, tourist lodge, managed and operated by the department itself. And we have 69 numbers of tourist lodges under the government. Some of them have been outsourced to private players. Private players, tourism service providers such as hoteliers, restaurateurs, tour operators, travel agents, and homestay operators have been encouraged to get involved in the Mizoram tourism industry. We have 72 numbers of private hotels across Mizoram. It is very less compared to other states, out of which there are around 608 beds. There are around 608 beds. And then we have 8 approved tour operators, 41 travel agents, 13 private homestay, and 77 rural homestay units sponsored by the state government. So this is the small picture in a nutshell about the Mizoram tourism regarding the tourism sector and hospitality sector in the state. And then we completed Swadesh Darshan project covering state-of-the-art Tensol Golf Course and Resort, 18-hole golf course. It is designed by the Canadian firm, and Wellness Center in Tensol, Adventure Theme Park in Rayak in Mamit district. And there are many other adventure components which are yet to be completed under Swadesh Darshan True, like cable car, rope-way, skywalk, etc. So Ministry of Tourism is the main source of our funding for the infrastructure, tourism infrastructure in the state. And then it recently sanctioned for development of Aizawl Convention Center, which will take a lead in the first ever MICE tourism in Mizoram. And then I would also like to thank the people from the Ministry of Tourism, Sir G. Kamala Vardhana Rao, Director General, Ministry of Tourism is present. I don't know whether he is present or not. I would also like to thank them for their personal interest in our submitted project on Prasad Pilgrimage Rejuvenation and Spiritual Augmentation Drive, which we received a sanction letter recently. I, on behalf of the Mizoram Tourism, extend our sincere thanks to Ministry of Tourism, Director General and his team for giving us opportunity to, to promote our state's pilgrimage, heritage, and spiritual augmentation drive in the tourism sector. So you see, as I said, the Mizoram, for the Mizoram tourism, Ministry of Tourism is the main source of funding for development of tourism infrastructure in the state. And then coming to the recent initiatives of the state government, as I had already mentioned, Mizoram tourism is still in a nascent stage, in an infant stage, even though which covers wide ranges of tourism development, promotion, skill development, HRD, protection of tourism service providers, stakeholders, protection of women and children, and protection of ecology, protection of our rich biodiversity and our rare flora and fauna. This policy is comprehensive, all-inclusive, and pro-poor. We also notified the Mizoram Registration of Tourist Trade Act and rules, aerosport rules, river rafting rules, many more guidelines and standard operating procedures. All these rules and acts and the guidelines and standard operating procedures, which are the legal frameworks for the promotion and development of tourism sector in the state, were done during the COVID lockdown last year. We took COVID lockdown as a blessing in disguise because we started developing all these, the documents, important legal documents to put in place for the promotion and development of tourism in the state. And then one thing I would like to mention that it is one of the greatest things for the Mizoram tourism, but it might not be a great thing for other states because Mizoram tourism is very small and even the budget is small. And then, the Hornbill Festival, they spent around 8 crore in the Hornbill Festival. If the Mizoram tourism whole budget is around 8 to 9 crores. So this is what I'm trying to say is about tour guide. This is one of the biggest feats we have achieved recently. This year, we conducted tour guide training for returned migrant workers who were affected by COVID-19. We now have 89 number of the state level approved tour guides, certified tour guides. This is the milestone in the history of Mizoram tourism. So these are the basic, the basic tourism information in Mizoram in a nutshell. Now I'm coming to tourism potentials in Mamit district. As I said earlier, the videos that we have shown, the content, most of the content, 70% are from Mamit district, 30% are from Champhai district, and 20% from other districts. So you can see that there are a lot of potentials in the Mamit district as well. Now coming to the tourism potentials in the Mamit district, there is no dearth of tourist attractions that offer plethora of adventure in the district, such as Dampa Tiger Reserve, Rayek Hills, Rayek Mountains, resorts, caves in Ailongs, caves in Pukzing, Twinum waterfalls, and natural lakes in Rangdil, and the caves in Rangdil also. I can say that Dampa Tiger Reserve is one of the most exciting experiences that you could ever have in the district. But you cannot expect luxury trip nor luxury stay, but expect a blend of nature that comes with it. So Dampa Tiger Reserve is the largest protected area in Mizoram, stretching across more than 500 kilometers of hills, ravines, forest, and it is a natural home to many animals, rare animals and birds you won't easily find elsewhere. So it is your place to be for your next destination, for your next bucket list. Since Dampa Tiger Reserve is a protected area, you need a special permit to enter the reserve. You must apply the permit from the forest officials, chief wildlife warden, forest department. If you go to Dampa for without a permit, you will be penalized as per the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So getting into Dampa Tiger Reserve requires a lot of hard work, trekking across thick overgrown forests and valleys. You need to bring many basic necessities such as, that water bottle, energy drink, that emergency cup noodles and the medicines, and you must take at least a type of painkillers and antibiotics, as well as medicines for, loose motion, stomach upset, and, that common cold, etc. That is the Dampa district. Dampa Tiger Reserve is calling you in your next destination, in your next travel bucket list. It is your place to be. It will make your your holiday a memorable one. You will find many, that Dampa area is also inhabited by Bru people, Sakma people, and all. There are different tribes that reside in the adjoining areas. Accommodation is also easily available in Tayray Inspection Bangla and Puldungse Inspection Bangla. And then coming to Rayek Hills and its resort, these are the two most, Rayek Hills is the most tourist visited place near Aizawl. It is only about 45 minutes drive from Aizawl. The spectacular view, magnificent landscapes, and breathtaking views are the best offer that can one get. Accommodation is easily available in Rayek Tourist Resort managed by our department, the State Department. It is built amidst the nature. It is within under the thick forest, covered trees. So standing on the top of Rayek Hills, you can get a glimpse of a scenic landscape, mystic mountains, small valleys, and many hills of Mizoram in distance. So we are setting up a heritage village in Rayek also. Tourists visiting village can get a sneak peek of the culture and lifestyle of Mizoram villages because we have developed under Swadesh Darshan scheme Zokwa traditional ethnic huts that consist of Mizo-style traditional huts of different sub-tribes of Mizoram, Mizo chief kings, house, bachelor's dormitory, we call it Zolbu, and widow's house, and all these, all these characters and features of the historical Mizo traditional way of life. And besides this, visitors can also, taste Mizo food in a cafeteria, which is maintained by our department again. And it is inside that you can also pitch a tent in that Ra'ek Hills. And one of the fascinating sites that can lure, sites on Ra'ek Hills is the cave. There are many caves in Ra'ek and Ailong in the district. The hills, that is the cave, often lures the visitors. Tourists are seen basking in the sunshine, enjoying the scintillating beauty of the nature, breathtakingly beautiful views, pure pristine air from the peak, and the charm of the hills. So all these attractions you can find in some plain land where there are many social commotions, hustle and bustle of the city life and all. So Ra'ek and its surrounding hills are can be regarded as an asset, and more development and facilities can surely bring Mizoram on India's tourism map. And then I'm going straight to the Ailong village. Ailong village and Ra'ek village are somewhat like twin village. Ailong is also an ideal place for trekking, adventure tourism, and ecotourism, geological marvels such as, that Leisang Kurung that you have seen in that video. Different caves are the attractions in that village. And I would say that Ra'ek, I would say that Ailong is a great place to hang out or even go for trekking, camping. Tompong Cave, located on the top of Ra'ek Hill, Ailong Hill is a must visit. And then you can see a lot of views, breathtaking views from that hilltop. So another attraction in the Mamit district is Pukjing Cave, considered as the largest and the longest cave in Mizoram, located in Pukjing village. And it is a little bit far from Maizol. It is about 7 hours drive from Maizol. Thrill seekers find the darkness, peculiar acoustics, and stalagmite formations are particularly fascinating. And it is one of the best attractions we have in the district. And Tuirum Falls is another attraction. It is about 3 hours drive from Maizol. Accommodation is also available in West Pailang Tourist Lodge. And then I would also like to mention Rangil Village in Zamwang Village, where one can enjoy nature, forest bathing, and trekking. These two villages are about 4 hours drive from Maizol. So there are lots and lots of Mamit district. There are lots and lots of attractions in Mamit district. We can say here right now within 10 minutes. So you see there are many attractions for tourists in Mamit district. Actually, Mamit district is never a tourist destination just because of the lack of information. There is no brochure, there is no leaflet mentioning that there is some kind of attractions in this village or on that village. So we do not normally see this attraction in travel brochures and leaflets, but these attractions are worth your while, especially cave tourism. I can probably say that. So before I conclude my session, I would also want to touch a little bit about Champhai district, as villages in Champhai district are considered the gateway of our forefathers to Mizoram, because Mizo people are, regarded as the origin of Mizo people was considered as China or somewhat like Indochina, Southeast Asia. So these villages are considered as a gateway to our forefathers to Mizoram. Notable attractions are Vangchia, where you can find many remnants and relics of the many ruins, and I would call lost civilization. And then you can also visit Songtlai, Kobung, Vapai, Dungtlang, Farakwan, and Chongtuis. Champhai district is basically our heritage site for tourism purposes. So Mizoram offers you a calm, a serene atmosphere with exciting outdoor activities, with beautiful lush green surroundings, which keep you close to the peaceful nature. With grand festival, happy people wearing colorful traditional costumes, Mizoram welcome you to explore its beauty and richness. If you wish to wake up in a lap of nature, then Mizoram is your place for you. Mizoram is your place to be, which is mystical Mizoram, a paradise for everyone. I welcome all of you here to visit or to make a visit to Mizoram once in a lifetime that you will never forget. I can assure you that. And then if you want to visit Mizoram, and then you can contact me in the email also. I can host you, and then I can bring you around. I can take you around. So you are all welcome to visit us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address. I would now like to play a short video on Incredible India.
Incredible India.
I would now like to call Ms. Maria C.T. Zoali, Deputy Commissioner, Champhai District, Government of Mizoram. Ma'am, please unmute yourself and address the gathering. Ma'am, you need to unmute yourself. Ma'am, you have to unmute first and then speak because it's still showing as mute. If you can call someone from your office. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, sirs, and all the panelists. I am Maria C.T. Zoali, Deputy Commissioner, Champhai District. I was posted in this district last year, June, and it's full of beautiful meadows, waterfalls, exotic species of flowers, and it's Champhai district shared 300 miles of border with Myanmar. It is divided by a very beautiful river called Kiao. Kiao is not a very big river, but it's very beautiful. So apart from the beautiful places, heritage sites mentioned by the Director Tourism, Government of Mizoram, there are a lot of beautiful hillock with meadows and oak trees that is not explored yet by the tourism department. Recently, we have detected one beautiful waterfall in Twalchen village. The height is 417 feet. It is not accessible, so we have to go by foot to reach that waterfall. And we have also recently discovered a beautiful village named Samthang, which is a birthplace of our present Chief Minister. This Samthang has a very beautiful hills full of green meadows, flowers, cherry blossoms, and then there is a lake, beautiful lake that can be developed, a beautiful lake at the height of 700 meters, above 700 meters. It is very difficult to find a good source of water on the height of such 700 meters. So this has a very great impact on me. I went there many times, and then we have submitted a proposal to the NEC to give us a fund last year. So they have sanctioned 353 lakhs for developing these hills. Since it will be nature park, there will be no big structures. It will have toilet, and it will have a beautiful lake with boats, It will have a tent we can rent. And in this beautiful hills, I have seen a lot of exotic orchids. And the cherry blossoms I find in this hillock is very similar to cherry blossoms we have found in Japan also. It flowers during March. And if you come to Champhai district, we have heritage sites as well as nature park full of oak trees where you can trek. In Champhai district, we have Moorland National Park. Moorland National Park, this one you can trek it, and then you can visit many places in Champhai district. Apart from the heritage sites that has been already shown in the PowerPoint presentation, and the places that have been mentioned by the Director of Tourism. So, but it's a little bit far from Aizawl. You have to drive 7 hours from Aizawl. And in Champhai, we have a very fine, great vineyards. We have 2 wineries in Balan and 1 in Champhai. And from Khobung side, where you find most heritage sites, we still have Mithun rearing families. You won't find Mithun in anywhere else except in Asia. But in India also, we have this very beautiful Mithun that has roam around in a wild hill. It's a very beautiful sight in this. They are very mild also, you can touch them. They won't hurt you. So, apart from waterfalls, beautiful streams, beautiful forest, and then a very friendly people, I want all the panelists and the delegates that are present here to pay me a visit very shortly. Thank you all.
Well, thank you, Ms. Maria. Thank you very much for your wonderful remarks. Before I hand over to my colleague Sulagna, this web connection got disconnected. That's why I got disconnected. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share 2 things with not only with Director of Tourism, but also with the Deputy Commissioner, Ms. Maria, who has given so much of inspired, presentation with both of you who have given. And I could be able to understand as a tourism lover. And as I have said, my next destination is going to be Mizoram, and this is what we are going to promote. We have in PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry a full-fledged tourism and hospitality committee. You can always count us as your office, and you can always share with us if you wish anything, not only from the tourism industry, but as such, the private concerned stakeholders, how they are going to be connected with the tourism infrastructure, especially in Mizoram, that we can always, assist, since we, initiate ourselves as the bridge between the industry stakeholders as well as with the different state tourism boards. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also put it on record that we are committed to ensure the northeastern side of our country to be promoted as the tourism destinations. And as our Director of Tourism has already mentioned, we are working very closely with the Niti Aayog, as my colleague Sulekna has already mentioned it to you in the morning today, so that each and every report must be given to the concerned stakeholders. Of course, post this series, we are going to have a detailed report on all the, report on this border tourism. But Mizoram is one of the best, I would say, and it is really a paradise, and we will certainly be promoting this. So some of the people have already asked how the next film tourism conclave should be held in Mizoram. There is a, a colleague from the film tourism. She has already asked. I have immediately sent her an email. So my request to the Director of Tourism as well as to the Deputy Commissioner, Ms. Maria Zoali, please do share it with your thoughts. I have already put my mail ID over there, that is yogesh@phdcci.in, and my colleagues, so that we can always be in touch with you and promote Mizoram. So with this note, I hand over to my colleague Sulagna. Sulagna, you can take it forward and take the proceeding. Yeah, I think Director Tourism is saying something. Mr. Laling Mavia, are you saying something?
Regarding the film tourism, actually film tourism is the purview of the INPR department, but we
Yeah.
can facilitate that those who are interested in the film shooting in Mizoram. We have a film city. We have a film city developed by the planning department and the INPR department in Ailong itself.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was destroyed in the fire last year. I mean, last year, I think.
Oh,
So
okay.
even though it is, though it is not our purview, we can facilitate the film shooting. Actually,
Fantastic.
yeah, one of the farms from Mumbai also contacted me the other day, and then they
Yeah.
asked me to have some kind of facilitation or some kind of assistance in the film tourism for shooting in terms of golf course and our locations, in our tourist locations and all. And then
Fantastic.
we will be more than happy to help them.
Great, sir. So we will be connected. We will be connected yourself. We have a very inspired person with us today, Mr. Rajan Sehgal, who has been connected with our tourism committee for a long time and who's the pioneer of started film tourism destinations at different destinations in our country, and of course the golf tourism. So I would be connected with him. He is going to be in the leadership position very soon in tourism committee. So we will certainly be in touch with you, Director Tourism, sir, and ensure that more and more film personalities, rather than going to Switzerland, they must come to Mizoram and then shoot over there, so that the local people employment and the skill set should always be increased.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think you have a very important role, as well as I feel Miss Maria play a very important role, since she is the Deputy Commissioner for Champhai District Government of Mizoram. So thank you very much, sir. Let's stay connected with this. I will now hand over to my colleague Sulagna to take the proceedings forward. Over to you, Sulagna.
Thank you, sir.
Please call Mr.
I would-
Saurabh. He is representing today Mr. Ram Kamaraju. So I have already shared it with you, his name, and he is already joined, Mr. Saurabh. Over to you, Sulagna.
Yes, sir. I would like to call Mr. Saurabh Rishi, Joint Advisor Niti Aayog, for his address.
Yes, thank you everybody, and good afternoon from Niti Aayog. Respected panelists, and good afternoon everybody. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for this wonderful initiative of promoting tourism in the border districts in the Northeast region. And Mamit is one of the aspirational districts from Mizoram under the Aspirational Districts program at Niti Aayog. And while the program focuses on the social economic development in areas such as health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, skill development, and basic infrastructure. And Mizoram has shown, Mamit district in Mizoram has shown great progress in basic infrastructure indicators such as roads connectivity, internet connectivity, water facilities, and sanitation facilities, which will go a long way in developing tourism in a particular district, geographical region. And it's good to see that while the Aspirational Districts program focuses on the social development of a particular district, and it complements the economic development that is brought in by the tourism sector, and both go in hand and help each of the sectors grow. And lastly, I would just like to say that the previous speakers mentioned about Mamit having various avenues for promoting tourism, such as the Tiger Reserve, the caves, and even the Mizo tribes that are native to the district. So focusing on homestays and getting a feel, giving a feel to the public of the local culture will go a long way in not only promoting tourism, but also bringing the economic development in with the aim in with the harmony with the ecosystem. So that's all from our side, and it's good to have this initiative. And we would be happy to see Mamit as one of the major tourist destinations in Mizoram district. Thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saurabh, for your meaningful insight. I would now like to call Mr. Zoliana, President of Association of Tour Operators, Mizoram, for his address. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to everybody. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you're
to
audible.
everybody. I'm very happy that PhD CCI have organized this webinar on the tourism in Mamit. I was made to understand that it would be a webinar on Mamit. But I was thinking that how can we isolate only Mamit as a tourist destination? Tourism is all together, not only one district, not only one state, not only one town or village. When we talk about tourism, it is the entire surrounding areas that we refer to. And another thing which puzzles me very much is the nomenclature, border tourism. I do not understand border tourism. Tourism is tourism. Whether it is border tourism or whether it is not border tourism, I could not understand. Anyway, we are talking about tourism. And for me, tourism simply means that a person is in the need to go to a place, to travel. He has a need in him to go and visit certain places. And he goes to that place. That is tourism. The definition of tourism by all these great organizations also usually points to that a person has to leave his normal place of stay and go to another place and be there for more than 24 hours, but less than 1 year. These are the definition that is tourism. And I also feel that tourism is nothing but a person moving from his place to go to a place which he wants to go. Coming to the discussions for today, that is Mamit. In the email, it was only Mamit, but now I'm hearing about Champhai also. In fact, I think we should discuss the entire state of Mizoram for tourism, not only Mamit and Champhai. We have even the districts of Longlei, Longtlai, Saiha, which have great potential for tourism. And as our director has already said, that Mizoram is still in its infancy in tourism. We're still infants, we're still growing, we're still groping around about what exactly is tourism. In Mizoram, there are about 8 or 9 tour operators who are fully involved in tourism. 2 of them are fully involved in outbound tourism. I am more concerned with inbound tourism to promote our beautiful state of Mizoram as a tourism destination. A lot of discussion has been already done by our director, Po Laleng Moya, and also by the DC of Champhai, Pizwali. The potential in these areas, in Mamit, for example, Mamit is still very underdeveloped. And from what Mr. Saurabh Rishi from Niti Aayog has already said, that Mamit is making great strides. They are one of the better performing aspirational districts in the country. They are performing well because the base that they started was lower, and now giving more what should I say, more effort to Mamit. We are seeing great progress in the basic infrastructure, the basics of socio-economic development in Mamit. If you see on the other side, if we talk about border tourism, if we see the adjacent district in Bangladesh, it is the Rangamati district. They have nothing there. The roads, there are no good roads there. It's the most undeveloped area of Bangladesh. And what type of border tourism can we have there? More, I would like that people who are coming through the main areas, like from Tripura, from Aizawl, they should be the ones that we should focus on. Yes, when we talk about Champhai, there is great potential for border tourism. Before 1947, before the partition, this Lord Radcliffe has done a great disservice to us by drawing the line wherever he wanted, the line that we call Radcliffe line. Both sides, in Bangladesh side also, and in India side, that is Mizoram side, we are the same tribe of people, the same tribes. Only this line has separated us and made us into two different people, whereas we are one people, not only in the Bangladesh side, but also in the Myanmar side, Champhai area. In Mamit, as already mentioned by our director, there are a number of very good tourism spots that he has mentioned. He has mentioned Pugzing, he has mentioned Rengdil. Rengdil actually are twin lakes, what in Mizo they call Nupa. That means the male and the female. The bigger one, the Rengdil Lian and Rengdil Te, these are two different lakes side by side, separated by about a kilometer. Is yet to be developed, but is a very nice and soothing place to be there, although the amenities and facilities are yet to be developed properly. Just above, which many people still do not realize, is just above the Rengdil Lian, is the ruins of a fort. It looks like the ruins of a fort, now overgrown, but people still, our own Mizo people still go to visit there, although we have yet to take any tourists to that place. They call it Lung Kul. Kul means fort. Lung means rock or stone. So there are a few ruins there. Then the most visited place, which is very near to Aizawl, is Reek, which our director has talked about so much. It's a wonderful place, very near to Aizawl. You walk to it's about a 1 hour hike or trek to the peak. And once you reach there, you have a 360-degree panoramic view of all the surroundings. One thing about Mizoram is that in the northern part of Mizoram, more so, is that if you reach a peak and then you look, and then you can see the hilltops rolling in front of you, very much unlike the large Himalayan mountains or the other. None of the other states have this type of view. It's very unique to Mizoram. You should all come and see it. When you reach the top, then you feel very nice. I have even taken, when I was younger, I have even taken old people who insisted on walking from the tourist lodge up to the peak. A very nice leisurely walk. You don't need to hurry. The trail is very nice. And yes, slightly tiring, but when you reach the top, it's really worth it. Then there is Pugzing. Pugzing is one of the larger caves that you find in Mizoram. Local Mizo even call it the Wailing Cave. Sometimes they can hear wailing sounds coming from inside the cave. There's a story about in our folklore that there was a person, Maurkela. He had a drum which if he beat it, and then he can do a lot of things. So he had hidden his drum in Pugzing, things like that. As a tourist destination, one of the best places that a person who is very much into wildlife and wildlife photography and photography as a whole is visit to the Dampa Wildlife Sanctuary. Actually, it's a tiger reserve, but I think tiger has not been sighted there for some time. It's a very dense forest. In some areas, it is so dense that sunlight also cannot come through. You cannot see any sunlight. Very dense.
Sir, sorry to interrupt in between. Keeping the time constraint in mind, I would like to, request you to be a little brief and so that other speakers can also speak.
I always tend to get astray when I talk about tourism. I may please be forgiven for this. It is a passion that we tourism people always have. Okay, anyway, that's Mamit. And then Champai. Champai is where our folklores, where our legends, where our history began. We are a people who are said to have migrated from the east. And a lot of our stories, a lot of the villages which are there have a lot of stories, and one of them very interesting, which very few people know, is about the monoliths of Wangchia. Recently means about 3 years ago, the Archaeological Survey of India have gone there, and they have designated that Wangchia, that place, to be a center or place of national importance, where you will get a lot of all these monoliths, and not only Wangchia, but nearby Lianpui also. So these are places which are yet to be known. There is a lot of things which are there, which you cannot find in the travel books or in travel blogs and all. That and yes, information is very less for Mizoram. But one thing I will say, for as now as a tour operator, people should take the services of the local tour operator, because the local tour operator is the person who is at the ground. For example, Dampa. To go to Dampa, you will need to take permission from Forest Department. There are no places where you can stay overnight, like except for the forest bungalows. But you have to carry your own food. You have to carry your own cooking utensils and all. So you must, if you want to enjoy visiting any place for that matter, not only Mizoram, then you have to take the assistance of the tour operator, who will do everything for you and then will make your stay enjoyable. They're the people who know where you should go. They're the people, they know where you should eat, where you should sleep, what type of vehicles you should take. So on behalf of the Association of Tour Operators of Mizoram, I welcome each and every one of the panelists, as well as those who are in the webinar, to come to Mizoram and enjoy our hospitality, our smiling face, and the colorful attire, and do your photography and your visit here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your address. I would now like to call the last speaker for today, Mr. B. Zolian Sangha, General Secretary, Mizoram Hotel Owners Association.
Hello. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, sirs and madams. I am Masana, General Secretary, Mizoram Hotel Owners Association. First, in brief, about hotels in Mizoram. Mizoram has around 70 hotels and homestays, with size ranging from a single room homestay to a 40-room hotel. The 70 hotels and stays are spread across the 9 districts of Mizoram, but more than 60% are in Aizawl district. Coming to our topic, potentials of tourism in Mizoram or border districts of India. There is no doubt we have the attractions, the reason to come, a key prerequisite of tourism. Attractions in terms of natural beauty, charming villages, and wonderful people with distinct culture and tradition. But again, besides the attractions, factors like connectivity, facilitators, and lodgings are key components of tourism. In border districts, as against tourism in urban or metros or cities, the key components of tourism, though the same and very similar, faces different challenges as nature and culture, the other attractions, with population sparse and market very small and transport and terrain difficult. Things are different. Things are different and difficult. But presently, there's great focus and coordination, especially in terms of government incentives and assistance to stakeholders, namely tour operators, tour guides, travel agents, hotels, restaurants, and homestays. I think there is great positivity all around, and we are looking forward for your visit and stay. Thank you so much. That's what I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Zolian Sangha, for your insights. I would like to thank all these speakers, and before I request Mr. Rajan Saigal to propose the formal vote of thanks, I would just like to inform that DG Tourism will not be able to join because of his urgent meeting with the Secretary Tourism. So I would now like to request Mr. Rajan Saigal, Senior Member, PhD Chamber, to propose the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to everyone, to all the panelists. On behalf of PhDCCI, I would like to thank Mr. G. Kamala Vardhan Rao, the Director General, Tourism, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, who, because of his busy schedule, was not able to join, but his support and guidance is always with PhD Tourism Committee whenever we go. The Deputy Commissioner, Champai District, Government of Mizoram. Then we have Director Tourism, Government of Mizoram, Mr. Saurabh Rishi from NITI Aayog, Mr. S.S. Dev Burman, Regional Director, Northeast Tourism, President, Tour Operators Association of Mizoram. Sir, I salute your passion for the tourism. Then General Secretary, Mizoram Hotel Associations of India. We are very grateful, and we hope that you will come up with some new sustainable accommodation need in high. We can send to your place. Our dynamic president, Mr. Pradeep Multani ji, Mr. Pawan Sagar Jain, who has been appointed the new chairman of Tourism Committee, Dr. Yogesh Srivastava and Sulagna. I extremely heartfelt gratitude to all the eminent panelists and speakers for gracing the Border Tourism web series with your humble presence. As you know, this is the right time to promote these kind of places because Indians, the entire world knows the hunger of travel from India. So they know the spending power of Indians, but in the last 7 or 8 months, we have seen that when the lockdown is stopped and people start traveling, they can't go abroad, but they are visiting India. So the amount of money they are spending right from Jammu Kashmir to down south, it's amazing. We have saved more than 100 crores of foreign exchange, which was going when people were traveling outside India. So this is the right time to promote, explore the unexplored places. So that's why the President Tour Operator Association of Mizoram said, you are asking what is the importance of border tourism, because the travelers are now looking for new destinations which are not crowded, which are not visited by so many people. So the border tourism right from Jammu Kashmir to deep south has a lot of importance in India, and border tourism in Punjab, the Wagah border, the Firozpur is doing amazing work, getting lots of tourists, and northeast is the forget to visit Switzerland, Austria, and other European places. The beauty, the hospitality, the knowledge, and the smile of Northeast people from Mizoram and other parts is amazing. And I'm also confident that the deliberations and discussions during the webinar will bring some more innovative ideas to help to promote border tourism. As the Mizoram tourism offers a great opportunity to explore the nature at its best, caves, flora and fauna, paddy fields, the tiger resorts. The President Mizoram Tour Association said they could not see the tiger. Maybe they are also following the social distancing during this pandemic. They are not coming out from the jungle. So let's see. We will see the tiger soon. So as you know, the PhD chamber believes in continuity. So our next border tourism webinar will be on the 12th of November at 3 p.m. on border tourism state will be Ladakh. And once again, I'm very grateful to Ministry of Tourism, Government of Mizoram Tourism, that they have given us this support, and this program was a great success. So once again, on behalf of PhDCCI, I would like to thank all the eminent speakers and panelists. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We now come to the end of the session. I would like to thank all these speakers for their valuable time. And we would look forward to see you on 12th of November for our next webinar on Ladakh. Thank you so much.
Thank you.